name's Matt Williams, and I'm the Turfgrass Facility Manager here at the OSU Turfgrass Research and Education Center. I've been here since 2007, a 2001 graduate of the OSU Turfgrass program. I got involved in the turfgrass industry in the late 90s, working at golf course construction and grow-in. I slowly moved over into the sports turf industry. Spent 3 years working for the Cincinnati Reds and 4 years as the head groundskeeper of the Columbus Crew before I came over here. When we worked in the industry, private industry, I really enjoyed working with students. We always hosted summer internships for students that wanted to be in golf and sports turf, and I just saw the opportunity to continue in the sports and golf management, but also be able to mentor students. So that's a big thing that we do here, both in our classes on campus, plus informal or vocational education out here at the Turfgrass facility. The Turfgrass facility here is a multi-departmental entity, so it's managed by horticulture and crop science at OSU, but faculty and staff from plant pathology, natural resources, entomology, also do research on turfgrass science out here. I always say when you come out here to the farm, we have every type of grass on every type of soil that you can imagine, so and in between. So we have Bermuda grass on sand, bent grass on native soils. It's not exclusively turf grass. We currently have a small soybean and corn project that's being conducted. So it is a multi-use facility that we accommodate researchers in the College of Agriculture at. The footprint of the facility is about 30 acres. About 50% of that is under irrigation. The unique thing about this farm is it's located right in the middle of downtown Columbus, basically. So we're surrounded by campus and a suburb, Upper Arlington, a local suburb. But it's just a 300-acre farm that we sit on. Again, about 30 acres of that is dedicated to turfgrass research, and it's split off. A certain portion of the farm is basically set up for landscaping. There's a pond and a stream, and now those areas aren't exclusively set up for landscaping. If a researcher happens to see a weed or two sitting out there, we'll allow them to do studies there. But about 25 of those acres are set up specifically for research, and each area has been dedicated to a specific type of research. We have a small area where I'm standing now that's designed as simulated high-end athletic fields, sand-based engineered root zones with different types of grass, Bermuda grass, ryegrass, Kentucky bluegrass, even synthetic surfaces that we do research on. There's a section of the farm that probably the largest section that is set up for golf research, fairways and greens on native soils. There's 40 research zones out there, so and those zones are basically delineated by irrigation control. So we could potentially have 40 different irrigation programs running. We also have 18 USGA putting greens here at the facility, USGA constructed putting greens that researchers do work on. And we have a large 5-acre field that's dedicated basically for lawn care research. It's higher cut, ryegrass, tall fescues, and even combined grasses, blue-rye combinations for weed control, insect work, and stuff that's more dedicated to the lawn care industry. The building that we have was built in broke ground in 1995 and opened in 1996. It was funded by the Ohio Turfgrass Foundation. It was a state-of-the-art facility at the time, and it still is. It meets all of our needs. There's a 10,000 square foot maintenance bay that holds all of our equipment, multiple offices for the research and staff, and as of 2 years ago, the Ohio Turfgrass Foundation's main offices are in our facility. Well, the work that we do out here oftentimes is independent confirmation of products that have been developed. So companies will develop a herbicide or a fungicide, do their own internal testing, but before they can really go to market and it be accepted, needs independent university research, and we're part of that independent university research. And then much of our graduate research are projects that faculty want to work on independently and can have an impact on the user. So whether we're looking at mowing techniques or different chemical applications and how they affect turf, both in the lab and out here in the field, all directly have an idea on how's it going to benefit the golf course or athletic field manager. There are a lot of moving parts. Researchers come and go on a daily basis, so we got to make sure that me and my staff, which is in charge of daily operations, are putting those researchers, giving them what they need to make their studies be successful, whether it's irrigation, bulk fertility, and pest control. Each group has a different need when it comes to like pest control. Our plant pathology team, they want all the disease that they can get on their plots, but they don't want any weeds in their plots. Our weed group, Dr. Gardner, Dr. Street, are the opposite. They're happy to have all the weeds in their plots, but they don't want to lose any turf due to dollar spot or brown patch or other diseases. So it's just being able to make sure that we know exactly what the researchers need and that we're providing them with the right palette to perform the study the way that they need to. We get support from High Turfgrass Foundation. They build our building. They fund our operations. That helps pay for our student labor and equipment maintenance. But we also get support from equipment manufacturers and dealers. If you walk in our shop, all the units that we have in there have either been donated to us or on a seasonal loan, or we've purchased them with donated monies. So we have a fleet of about 40 different pieces of equipment that if we didn't have, we couldn't do anything that we do here. And not only equipment, but most of our soft goods, seed, fertilizer, pesticides that we used are donated from dealers or the manufacturers.